Hey friends, Frankie and Brad here in the kitchen where we cook music. Today I'm going to tell you a little story about this guitar. Uh, Way back when, back in I think it was the late 80s, I took a trip to Oklahoma and I bought a Gibson Explorer in a guitar shop, and it had been hot rodded and painted, and I brought it back to my home in North Carolina, and I went by a local guitar company called Zion, and I had them mill it out and put a Floyd Rose on it. And in the process of them doing my guitar, they were building this Flying V. And as I would go by and check on my guitar from time to time, I would see this guitar in different stages. And after looking at it numerous times, I asked the guy who was building it, who's this guitar for? And he said, oh, a guy in town named Brad Jacobson. And I said, I know Brad. And as I kept going back, this guitar was in different stages. And when I initially picked up my Explorer, this guitar was pretty much finished on a stand, but it didn't have strings. And shortly after that, I moved to Texas. Never got to see Brad again, and long story short, about 30 years later, I moved back to North Carolina, and I contacted Brad, and he still had this guitar. And I want him to tell you a little bit about it. It's an amazing guitar. It was built by Zion, a company in Greensboro, North Carolina. They're now in Raleigh, North Carolina. They're still in business. They're a boutique company, and this is just an amazing, amazing guitar. It's the only guitar Zion ever built that wasn't a bolt-on neck. It's a very unique guitar. Brad, tell us about it.
Well, Ken Hoover, who owned the company at the time, had talked to me about what kind of guitar would I like. I said, well, I'd love to have a Flying V, but I don't like the wide shoulders on the Flying V's that Gibson made. He said, well, let's draw up some plans to streamline that guitar and make it more accessible to the upper register on the fretboard. And everything they did was exactly how I wanted it. They had me come in 2 or 3 times a week to check the neck to see how thin I wanted it, where I wanted it to be when it was finished. They let me design the fret inlays. They just did an incredible job.
Yeah, this neck inlay, what was it you were saying? That was some type of unique alphabet letter? Or?
That's the Gothic Z for Zion. He had asked me, he said, I really don't want to put our standard logo on this guitar because it's so unique. And I asked him about that. He said, that'll work.
And the pickups are what, DiMarzio's?
They are DiMarzio, yes.
And a Floyd?
And a Floyd, yes.
And you got, is that 2 volumes and a tone?
And 2 volumes and 1 tone, yep.
Brad, go on and play us a little bit on that.
All right, I'm going to play a few acoustic parts of some acoustic songs that are on our 3 discs, but I'm just going to play a few selections of parts of my songs that I've written. That's my flying V.
Oh, me, that's kick-ass. Hey, friends, thanks again. Give us a thumbs up. If you like us, subscribe to our site. It'll help us out a lot. Again, Brad and I in the kitchen, a couple of old farts, and thanks for your time, and you have a great day.